Now, it is most probable that you, or even your children, have already been vaccinated. So what, if anything, can be done afterwards?
Management of situations where there's been vaccine damage really depends very much on what the underlying situation is. If, for example, it's along the lines of a neurological type damage and we're looking at behavioural difficulties and this sort of thing, diet is important in all these situations. Returning diet as closely as possible to the original diet that we were designed to eat is vital. We all need to do this, whether there's vaccine damage or not. For the neurological cases, then certainly you'll be using things like vitamin E, using things like your essential fatty acids. Our brains are 60% docosahexaenoic acid, one of the essential fatty acids, and that needs to be restored. Sometimes choline needs to be restored to help the cells with their myelin formation. Homeopathically, there's a lot of homeopathy that you can use in these cases. If it is a case somewhat like that serum sickness case I was telling you about, with recurrent flu-like symptoms, I'll be using high-dose vitamin C, usually intravenous vitamin C, along with the other sort of nutrients that I was talking about and the dietary changes. Again, homeopathy according to their symptom picture. So certainly you do need to use complementary medicine. Conventional medicine has nothing to offer for these situations.
A new, very sophisticated computer system called the LISTEN system is being increasingly used to help practitioners evaluate and counter the imbalancing effect of vaccines. Pauline Rose uses this system, and she'll use it to test Russell, a complete stranger whom we approached and pulled in off the street at the time of filming.
The LISTEN system is an electrodermal screening device used to measure the resistance in our bodies, the energy resistance. And we know what the normal level of resistance could be, and the deviation from normal gives us information about homeostatic situation of the patient. And we're going to test today to see if there's any changes in nerve function which may have been caused by vaccination. We use the same points that acupuncturists would use. The LISTEN system only gives us data information. It doesn't make a diagnosis. We have to make that on a combination of factors that we've got from a case history and a combination of data that comes from the machine. To find the correct homeopathic, we have to find the homeopathic that returns an out of balance reading back into a balanced reading. And in this case, we've got the DPT vaccination has come up. But I would say generally you probably get a lot of allergies.
Yeah, metal allergies.
Yeah. Do you get, you get hay fever? Because when we first looked at that, you came up with DPT, and I find a lot of people who have problems with the pertussis vaccination when they were children, they end up with a lot of respiratory problems, and they get the sinus, the chest problems, the asthma, the glue.
Yeah, I've got all that.
You've got all that?
But I mean, hairdresser and I use airborne polymers with the hairspray. So
yeah, well, that probably aggravates it now because the environmental allergies that you're exposed to, and they're hitting your weakest spot.
Yeah, roost tree's bad for me too.
Roost tree. All those things can actually be desensitised. It takes quite a bit of work to do it, but different types of reactions, different vaccines sometimes throw different types of illnesses in the adult. The younger the patient and the more recent the vaccine, obviously the quicker and slicker the effect, I suppose. With other people, you have to look at doing a lot of other things as well. In fact, improving their immune system with nutrition and homeopathy, herbs perhaps. And I look forward in some of the children problems with the hyperactivity and the epilepsy. I have one patient, a young man at the moment, autistic, epileptic, and since we've started him on the antidotes and some homeopathic treatment, he has improved dramatically.